Hi guys, we are sorry that it took so long for another video, but we haven't seen each other for some months first, and then when he was here in Berlin, it was just so awesome. We didn't have time to make any videos or anything, but we're just gonna post a little summary with some pictures and videos later. But there was just like one incident we just wanted to quickly talk about it, because I think a lot of mixed race couple can also face the same problems, or like this specific problem that we had in the same way or slightly different ways. Should I like summarize it maybe, or?
Yeah, you can summarize it.
Okay. So the situation was we were at the festival and we just took a break to go to a birthday party of a family member, and it was a pretty important birthday, so we were there, and there was a friend of the family that knows me since a long time, and then at the end, when the party was like already like kind of like dying down and everyone already had quite a bit of alcohol, there was like incidents of, for me, like I haven't experienced racism like that, because I think also if it's in the family or with friends, it's even more brutal than a random person in the streets, because you don't care about that person, you can walk on and it's like, oh, whatever. Yeah, you don't know them, you don't care what they're saying. But if it's someone like that close in the family, like I think that what shocked me like the most. And it was just like a lady approaching Kenny and saying like pretty mean stuff like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of Iria, and you people, you can't just come here for money, and we don't have money, we just have good hearts that we can give, so if you want like money, you can go back. And also she was like talking about this whole culture thing, like I don't know about your religion and stuff. So
pretty much saying like, you know, this relationship is based on like what I get, you know, coming from Africa, which is considered like a poor place, and Europe is like a rich place. And so pretty much she described it as me wanting to come here because of the need of like wanting to get money or like a citizenship from being with Iria.
Yeah, and I just think it was like, I mean, this person had like, she was there the whole night, we were there the whole night, but she hasn't actually really talked to us, or she hasn't seen Kenny ever before that. She just said hi like literally 5 minutes before. So that was like quite like, I don't know, aggressive as well. And what also kind of like struck me was like no one like said anything. Like people, I mean, I don't really know her that well, but people that were there that knew her even more and were like considering themselves as best friends with her were not like even like saying anything or like even apologizing later. Yeah.
And what struck me the most was the fact that like, as you know, someone just stereotypes you like as like a little box, you know, like, you know, by saying you people, that means like, I don't know, maybe she met someone who hurt her feelings before, but already that phrase, like in my own opinion, is like kind of putting each and everyone like in a box, like just because of the way you look, you know. And I think it's not just between us, you know, like I think a lot of people face that stigmatization and stereotype, you know, like from your like a relationship being, you know, described as like, oh yeah, it's because of money and papers, or, you know, like just how I don't want to like kind of like sound as if I'm saying that is right, but how, you know, some people just view Africa as like one small place, and, you know, everyone there is the same, you know, like if you've met like one or two people who have seen maybe doing something good or something bad. Everyone is just stereotyped into
Like that,
like
yeah.
into like one box, which
Yeah.
is which makes it hard, I think, for people, especially our generation, because I think we were not born at a time where this whole discrimination is too much, at least in most places. And when you know find yourself in that situation, it's a little bit hard to actually consume, you know.
Yeah, plus what I also thought is like she didn't even like at that moment, like right when it happened, I was like I couldn't say anything. Like I actually didn't know what to say because I was so close to Kenya. I was not like an outsider who could say like okay, it's enough, kind of. Like I was just like so shocked. And then she actually left and came back again saying the same things, and then later I actually approached her and said like I'm sorry, but that was just like way over the top. And I tried to like explain our situation, and she didn't like really even seem super interested in getting to know him or anything. And she was just like, she was not really apologizing. She just said like, oh, but I had this and this experience, so that's why I made this assumption. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm telling you right now, it's not like this, and I'm trying to tell you our story. But she didn't like even really seem interested, and she just said like, yeah, I'm sorry, maybe I had a bit too much alcohol. And for me this is never ever like a way to tell. Yeah, it's no excuse.
And as to be honest, I think also like, you know, it's when you talk about what is it called, when you say okay, I can explain this situation, you know, try to explain the situation. It doesn't actually have to get to that point, you know. And at the same time, I don't think that, you know, you should feel like you have to explain yourself to anyone, because
That's also true.
because when someone is obviously doing that, they're already proved that they're like, you know, they're pretty much ignorant and you know, stupid, you know. So sometimes, like what I realized in that situation, of course, you have to. You can't also just keep quiet and, you know, and not do anything about it. You also have to, you know, stand your ground and protect yourself as well, you know, because, you know, like explaining is, it might help, but, you know, 9 times out of 10 that doesn't help, because that person is already.
Yeah, but I just see like, I think in an environment like this, you'd like to explain yourself, because these are people who are close to you, people that you know, people that know people you know, and you might also not want others to now get a wrong impression of yourself. So you also want to kind of like prove like, oh no, it's not like this, it's not like walking in the streets. Like even like in Zimbabwe, there were situations where we were in the streets and people shouted bad things about me, for example, because I'm white. But there it's different, because you can just ignore it. And but now this situation is just more closer, and you want them to understand that this is not the case. Yeah.
No, but you know, like you know, with being in like a mixed relationship, also I think, you know, when you are into it, it's something that the differences between us is something that you should always be aware of. You know, don't pay like a blind eye. And you know, with the people, you might be okay, like in your relationship, of course, but with the other people that you're going to meet, I think you have to really be open-minded and expect actually, you know, to meet people like that, because that's how, you know, most places are. So I think when you go into it with an open mind, it will hurt when something like when someone like does something like that to you, but at the same time, you know, because it's something that you prepared yourself, or not really prepared, but you are open-minded to, you know, like at some point this might happen, you know.
For me, for example, I knew it might happen, but then when it happened, like it was really the first time that it was in a situation like this, and I knew this can happen like from the first time, like, but actually then the fact that it happened, it was really different from what you expect. It's nothing like you expect. And also, if it comes surprisingly, then you're just like, even if you're prepared, you might think you're prepared, but you're not. But I think you will also learn, like, I mean, I don't hope it happens again, but I think definitely for the next time I'm already a bit more prepared. Yeah. So
it's today is my last day here, and
yeah.
I'm preparing now to fly back to Zimbabwe. Bags already packed.
So yeah, we just wanted to share this experience with you before Kenny is leaving, and we don't hope it happens to you guys. But yeah, be prepared, and if there's any questions you want to ask, just like ask us in the comments below, and we are really happy to answer.
But also remember to, you know, like as much as all this craziness exists, it's also important to have fun in the relationship. So during these past 2 months, we went to the Alps in Switzerland, we went to Venice, we went to Amsterdam. It's, you know, just having like tons of fun, and we went to a music festival. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
Cut.